Right, with the tremendous help I've had from my many YouTuber followers, I've decided that the brackets have got to go on this Brewing malarkey machine thingy. So let me do your twizzle. Right, I was going to put brackets on, weren't I? Lift the mash tun right out and rest it on those brackets. So I'm going to take those down, and look, I've got this from Wilco. So I'm just going to put it on there like that, look. Just stretch that, and job's a good one. Rest it on the top there, £4. So thanks everybody for the suggestion. So hopefully it's pretty strong, that'll last. I've decided to drill quite a few more holes in the bottom of the mash tun to allow the liquor to come out, but smaller ones this time. And also I'm going to do a couple of holes, probably one in the centre there and one around the other side to get the handle in to lift it up and down. I've drilled 3 big holes at the bottom. It was going to take us hours and hours and hours, so I thought sod that. So my next thing was, how am I going to get the mash tun out of the boiler? So I've come up with this crafty idea. Look, it's the handle off a fermenting bucket, and what you do, look, is put it down each side, give it a twizzle and lift it. Now you're saying, will it hold? Because it's going to be about 15 kilos, so that's what we're going to try next. So we're going to load this up with about 15 kilos and see what it's like. So drop it down there and do a twizzle. Right, in there I've got 4 heavy house bricks and that motorbike steadying arm, and it's bloody heavy. So let's see if it works. Ooh. Right, I'll try it with a couple of more bricks. The rubber things come off. Let's get some more bricks. You ready? Ooh! What do you reckon there? There's some weight in there, it's about 20 kilos. Well, isn't it taking a long while to do this project? The old, I've even forgot what I'm calling it now, the Brewmeister Grainfather malarkey. Now, last week I got to the stage where I was trying to lift the bucket out of the mash tun, and I decided that I needed a pulley system. So what I've done, I've been onto eBay, let me do your twizzle, and I bought one of these. I don't know how it fixes together, but it's like a winch. So I've got to sort that out and decide how I'm going to lift the bucket out. Now also what I've done is I spent a bit more money, because what I want to do is to sparge really, and for that I didn't fancy the idea of just pouring water over it. I wanted to try and do a proper sparge when I've lifted the bin out. So let me show you what I've done. Yet another twizzle. I've got another boiler, and what I intend to do is take the tap off and put another one of these taps on, and then I'm going to make another complete sparge arm just to fit the top bit. It won't have that on, obviously, just to fit over that top bit, and then when it's lifted up onto the tray, hopefully it'll be the right height to sparge the heated up water, which I'll be able to do in the boiler. And what I can do is either use that STC, or I've got my fridge STC. I haven't decided yet. I might rest the fridge STC there and then plonk it in there to control it. So the next plan is to do the sparge arm to go over there, and also the winch to lift it up. Onward and upward. So that's the sparge arm complete. So I've soldered it all together. Not brilliant soldering, I know, but good enough. And I've put some holes in at different angles. So I'll just fit it on top of the mash tun, the grain storage bit. So that's the sparge arm fitted to the grain bin, if you like. So I'll do a bit of recirculating at the bottom with the other sparge arm, and then the top sparge arm for sparging. Next thoughts. Now, when we do the cooling of the wort with the wort chiller, or whatever it's called, cooler, you know, that ring thing, I thought there's loads of hot water that could be used to clean the bloody pipes out. So what I'm going to do is, let me show you, I'm going to try and figure a way of disconnecting this, if you like. Probably put a T-section in so that I can drain the liquor out of here, and then recirculate using this somehow the hot water that goes into the ring in there to cool the wort. I'm not saying all these words right, but you get me drift. It's all getting very, very complicated, so I'll try and explain what I've done. And it looks, I suppose, a little bit Heath Robinson. But for a start, the water obviously comes in from the top. I'm going to get a pipe and put it into the top to fill the bucket, the boiler, if you like. I've got the filter at the bottom, and what I'll do, I'll put the bucket in here, but just to show you what I've done up to now. Now the pipe work, I've got the on off switch that comes out of the boiler, out of the mash tun now, and it can go in 3 directions. It can go this way, and then out of here, and that is when I'm emptying it, and I'm emptying it into the bucket down here, the fermenting bucket. So if you just bear with us. Now it then carries on through the wood and down into the pump there, look, back up. It goes through that bit, through the cupboard and out of there and into the sparge arm. So basically what it's doing is recirculating all the stuff in the mash tun. This is now the mash tun. So let me show you. Now I'm going to mention some names at the end, but I haven't got them with me. Somebody suggested I do a dimmer switch, which I've done there, to control the pump. So I'll just switch it on. And if you turn this dimmer switch, you can get a really fast flow or slow it right down to a trickle. So I've got full control by using the dimmer switch. So that's phase 1. Okay. Now once I've recirculated and done the grain, the next bit is to lift the mash tun. So what I'm going to do next is try and find a way of lifting, not the mash tun, the grain tun, if you like. So I'm going to be doing that now. I've completed the winch now. I've drilled through my ceiling and let's try it out. So I think it's fairly easy to pull out. And I can just slide the thing back in. I'm probably not explaining this very well because I'm doing it arse about face, but when the boiler's been completed and you need to cool it down, the sprinkler bit that I had, I've bolted the internal cooler into that, and then with switching, that's the mains there, look, coming in, and that goes down to here. So if I switch this off there, look, so that none of the stuff's coming out, the water will come down there. It can't come down here because it's switched off, so it's going to circulate through the pump and back out there, go around the coil and then out that end. So basically I'm using the hot water to flush the pump and clean the pump out and all the pipes, etc., if you understand it. I'll show you what I mean. So I've got to switch that off because that's to the boiler, so I don't want any of my stuff going in my beer. I've got to undo that, so let's undo that, because that's my mains. So it's not going to come out of here because that's where I'm going to drain me beer when I finish. That's already on, look. So all I've got to do, what have I got to do? I suppose I've got to turn the water on. So we'll turn the water on. Oops, that one's tightening up because it's leaking a bit, so let's tighten that up. I've tightened that up, I forgot to tighten it up, so we'll switch that on. So that is going through and out there. So actually the water's circulating all through the pump. It's not going in the beer because it can't, and it's cleaning the pump out and the pipes, and then I can use the hot water to clean whatever I want to clean out. So basically I've shown you arse about face. So now when I lift the inner drum out, I put that cooking vessel, that grill thing there, look, rest it on there. I'll get that up to sparging temperature, and I'm going to use my STC up there to put in this one at whatever degrees it is, I can't remember. So it will sparge out through there, then I'll boil it up, get the boiler going, boil it up, take the top pan off with my lever and my pulley, get everything out the way. So I'm really mixed up here, but then once it's all done, I've put the coil in, I've cooled it down, I've cleaned all the motor out and that. Then I can put it into the fermenting bucket when it's at the right temperature. So to do that, I switch, make sure they're off, that one and that one. Switch that one on to full, and then turn that one on. And that's my beer coming out into my fermenter. So in theory, that's me beer in the fermenter, ready to go. So, start to finish.